welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast. I'm your host tonight, Justin Sandoval, a.k.a. Sandy, and I'm joined by Jordan Mosley, a.k.a. the Landlord. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is just a two-person pod tonight because there's a lot of other stuff going on tonight, man.
There's a lot of stuff going on tonight.
It's busy. World Cup's here.
Yep.
It's been fantastic. We're actually recording this earlier in order to watch the World Cup. So, but yeah, appreciate everybody for tuning in and listening. We are going to be talking about Trial by Tomato movie number 8.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg, one of the greatest directors of our era. And we're going to give you guys a little update here on the leaderboard for Trial by Tomato. And I'm going to do my best Tyler impersonation and try to navigate the intricacies of this leaderboard. And it is just reviewing this with Jordan before the podcast. I was just like, I'm going to put T-Roll to shame, or he's going to put me to shame because I'm going to butcher the crap out of this. So, but anyway, I am going to do the best I can. Disclosure Day was the movie this week. Yep. The line was set at 84.5. And honestly, that was a very good line because it actually came in at time of recording 81. It went just under. So for those of you playing this, the unders were 11 of you and the overs were 12. So
That's
12.
probably the closest split I think we've had on a movie.
I think you're right. I think you are right. And those unders took it this time. And this crazy thing is, like, the critic score was 81, which is what we base our game off of.
Yep.
The audience score, however, 75, which is kind of the first time I've seen them so close, and with the audience score being lower.
And the audience score being wrong.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you on that one, which we will dive deeper into as we move along here. So, first things first, I know exactly what you all want to know.
Tell them what they want to know.
Is our boy Daquan, the king of all kings, reigning supreme? The answer is yes. He is still reigning supreme. However, buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. However, he took his first L this week.
He can bleed.
Yes, dude. There's blood in the water. Let's go, baby. So he took his first L this week, but he remains on top.
Yep.
But number 2, second place, Peter Johnson has closed the gap because he got it right.
Yep.
And he is only 3 points behind Daquan. So this last 2 movies here are going to be epic.
Yeah, I mean, Daquan had a massive lead to where I think even last week Tyler was talking about it, like being just...
He'll be safe.
Yeah, he's safe. Like, he's already got it. He's coming into the finish line. But then just 1 week.
Yeah.
Like, I think Peter Johnson was 1 point off on this movie. He went 82. It landed 81. So, like, gained massive points on this one.
Yeah, and that's the great part about this game we have going here is that the over-under line, yes, you get points for picking the over or the under, but then you also get points for being close to the actual number. And we have our third tomato sniper. That's right, we have our third person to predict the exact score of this movie, and it's friend of the podcast, Steven Cummings. Shout out Steven for getting a tomato sniper, which actually skyrocketed him from, I believe he was 20th place before, and now he has skyrocketed up to 12. So he is making a play for the top 10. But yes, he predicted the under and the 81. Yep. So kudos to Steven. Shout out there. I just want to go ahead and point out the members of the podcast. Let's go ahead and focus there for a minute. Let's start with the rear. Shimano, he did choose the under, but it wasn't quite enough to raise him up far. But he's at 17th place.
Right.
Shimano's at 17th place, but just slightly above him, and some may even say tied with him. But myself, I am at 16th place. Did I intentionally put it there so I'm not at the bottom because I'm hosting this podcast? The world may never know. Yep. But then 2 spots above him, Jordan, you are sitting there at 14th place. And I bet you guys are wondering, is T-Roll right above him at 13? Or did he actually choose the under and skyrocket? He chose the under. He skyrocketed. He's at number 7. So shout out T-Roll. You were actually within spitting distance of first place. If you can have an insane run for these last two movies. So T-Roll's in seventh place. So shout out there to T-Roll for watching none of the movies but getting all of them right. So
Maybe that's the formula.
I don't know. I love movies too much to try that.
Yeah.
So maybe Shimano can volunteer for that one. He likes experiments.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right. So let me go ahead and round out the top 10. Okay. We mentioned DeQuan and Peter Johnson as our 1 and 2. Number 3 is still Kyle Horton from last week. And number 4 is Leo King. 5, Will Mosley. Baby Bro is in 5th place. Then we have another friend of the pod, Richie Valdez at number 6. I already mentioned T-Roll at 7. And Josh Brown, also a friend of the podcast. Shout out Josh Brown for coming in 8th place. And of course, the king himself, the king's line. He is sitting there at 9, continuing to climb. It's scary because he started off low. But as everything started to get in place, he has climbed.
He's locking in.
Yeah, I don't understand how this is even possible. And then 10th place, our tomato sniper from last movie, Kyle Starr, is in 10th. So I do want to shout out our bottom 3. Our bottom 3 in very last place is Isaiah. I shout out Isaiah for not knowing anything.
Yeah.
Followed by Eric Vaughn at second to last place. And third from last, another friend of the podcast, Tone Antonio. We appreciate you, brother, but you're third from last.
I think Tone started out strong.
He did.
He's just gassing here at the end.
Yeah, no, it's tough, man. These movies are tough sometimes because you never really know. I texted him last night. I was like, "Did you see Disclosure Day?" And he's like, "Dude, yeah, go watch it. It's gonna be incredible." I was like, "Okay, I can't wait, man." But he was one of the ones to take the over and and failed on that one. So it's okay. It's all right. We live to see another day. All right, so Jordan, the score was an 81. The line was set at 84.5. How do you feel about the critic score and where it landed here?
Yeah, I mean I think it's probably about where it should be. I would say maybe a few points higher. I think when we were texting about it on Tuesday, it opened at 86?
89.
89.
It opened at an 89 on Tuesday.
Right. And then it just slowly crept down. I know yesterday it was 83. Even this morning I looked, it's 82. And so it kept creeping down, settling right there at 81. Yeah, I would say mid 80s is where it should be. It was great. I thought the line was really enticing on this one. Right there in the middle, it's there's enough meat on the bones to go over, and then obviously a whole lot to go under.
Yeah, I find it interesting because the last 2 lines for the movies have been really spot on, and it kind of goes to show how good of a algorithm we built here in this system. Your little baby, it has caught up and grown with everything. So that's been great. Okay, so this movie had a lot of things adding and subtracting from that line that was created. For example, it'll factor in director.
Yep.
Steven Spielberg is considered a top tier director, even though there's some questionable movies within the last 20 years. But prior to that, obviously, elite, right?
Yeah, overall catalog.
Yeah, overall catalog.
Still elite.
Yes. So director. We have cast Emily Blunt. Oh my goodness, where do we even begin to talk about Emily Blunt? Man, she was absolutely incredible in this movie.
Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo.
Awesome.
Gosh, man.
What's the other guy's name? He was in the new Knives Out movie.
Josh O'Connor.
I thought he was great.
Yep, he was really good. But yes, so the cast was good. So you get points on there. But where we start to kind of factor into that is for example, the filmography. It kind of factors in the recency of the filmography, and so obviously Steven Spielberg has not had bangers in the last couple, like I mentioned, and so therefore it kind of factored that in, which is bringing it down to the 84.5. But I really feel like that. I love the movie. I thought it was fantastic. I'm a sucker for sci-fi, and I honestly think it should be higher than an 84.5. And on my gut, when I left the movie, I was like, dude, that's an 88, 89. That was solid. That was a solid movie. One of the best third acts of a movie that I've seen in the last 5 years. It was when the third act started, I started creeping forward and forward in my chair, leaning towards the thing because information's coming out. People are they going to get this out or they're not going to get this out. Like it was just nonstop
Yeah,
action there.
I thought the pacing was really good too. Like I didn't feel like it was rushed. I don't really remember any part where I'm like just sitting there like bored.
Yeah, no, they kept you engaged for sure, and that's why I was a little shocked that it went under the 84 and a half because I don't know, I just feel like, yeah, you're right. The pacing was good. It it kept you engaged with the information and didn't like bore you,
Yep.
and the end was so good, man. But anyway, 84 and a half. These last two movies are going to be absolutely insane to go into because we're going into Toy Story 5, which Toy Stories 1 through 4, not a one below a 90.
Right.
And so the line is set pretty high. Who was bold enough to take the over? Who was bold enough
Yep.
to take the under? Like it's crazy because that's going to make or break a lot of people. I feel like this is going to be another one that's like half and half over under. Just the way that number is set.
Yep.
And then the final movie is Supergirl. I mean, yes, Superman. I enjoyed Superman, but like the line was weird, man. As far as like the rating last movie was like
Right.
in the 70s, I think is what Superman got. But it's gonna be interesting to see.
I think this one could be like one of the bigger like boomer bust
Yeah.
of the summer.
I think you're right, actually, and I think we were split on that one too. So
Yeah.
I think it's gonna come down to the wire for as far as the members of the pod. All right, so be listening to the Rogie podcast for the results on Toy Story 5 and Supergirl. All right, so shout out to Quan for maintaining that top spot, but you have bled, and we are all after you now. All right, let's go into like the movie a little bit, right, man? Let's what do we think about it? Jordan, you said overall you're positive about it, but what are some things in the movie that stood out to you that gave you that positive element?
I liked just the filmography. I love I guess like the color tones that they used, the techniques. Like I thought it all looked really good. Even looking at like the aliens and things like that, they made it look like that could be real footage.
Yeah, and it's funny you brought the footage. I thought that was some of the best looking stuff because they even made a point in the movie to be like, "Hey, I checked that. Like, is that real?"
Yeah.
And then like they ran some like system which we know they can obviously
Right.
for the movie purposes. It probably was AI, but I was very impressed with how vintage it looked, the feel of like the 40s, the 70s, and very impressed with that. But then you're right. Yes, the alien itself. There was a build up that kind of it started with some footage,
Yep.
and then it started with longer footage and in color, like it's black
Yep.
and white, and then the color, and then we actually see the alien at the end. So it had that build. Like I didn't know if we were actually gonna go there or we just gonna get signs again, like where we just get like somebody walking across the window.
Yeah, which still haunts me.
Right.
That's a haunting scene.
Yes, it was. It was actually, especially with the age we watched it at.
Oh yeah.
But no, you actually get to see and feel that. And this movie made me think a lot, man. This movie made me think like, what if something like this is happening today? But I mean, maybe not necessarily aliens, but like something on that caliber or on that level. Because if you think about it, the background news story for this entire movie, which took complete back door or back seat, was a nuclear potential strike with North Korea and something else like World War III type stuff.
Nope. Didn't catch that.
I figured you didn't.
And I was super engaged.
Yes, I figured you didn't, but they were prepping for breaking news. Like World War III is on the verge. So Korea's got nuclear missiles, and like all this stuff is going on, and that wasn't even that wouldn't even phase anybody. Like that was because you were so engaged with the alien storyline that you didn't even think anything of what's happening in the actual real world. Another highlight for me was the cast. I want to talk about Emily Blunt. She is not she's not American, but I want to call her a national treasure because she is absolutely incredible. Her run of movies that she's been in since meeting her for the very first time in movies has been incredible. Like I don't think she's done a terrible thing. Like she's America's sweetheart, even though she's not American.
Yeah. Like everyone loves her, loves John Krasinski, like absolute power couple of like people that you cannot dislike.
Yeah.
and I really thought she delivered. I mean, she's played like leads in movies before, so she's not new to that.
Yeah.
But I felt like she carried this movie.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Like I don't think she's had to like do that. Like I was thinking, like Mary Poppins. Like obviously she's the lead, but she didn't really have to carry that kind of movie.
No, the name Mary Poppins
Yeah.
carried the movie. Yeah.
Like she freaking carried this one.
Yeah, no, she did a phenomenal job in this movie, and she was pound for pound like the best in this. But the supporting cast was very good too. Like Colin Firth as the villain,
Yep.
I really enjoyed his like his government character.
Yep.
He played the uptight, the stiff, but you kind of sense that little bit of like fear too as well because not only they had alien powers, like they were using like weaponry. But you also had like I'm powerful position. I'm going to completely take you. Like for example, they were pretending to be the FBI in the hospital, and nobody batted an eye.
Oh yeah.
And that's power right there.
I think one of the things that I really enjoyed was it was not what I expected. I don't. I specifically didn't watch a ton about it.
Yeah.
But in my head, I'm thinking like a alien encounter. Maybe not like battle scenes or anything like that.
Right.
But there was very little alien in this movie.
Yeah.
And like I was okay with that. Like it was I felt like the storyline, the how they got to like, oh, this is why she's special. This is why he's special. I thought how they got there was really unique.
Yeah.
Especially for a director that has obviously like dove into this genre many times before.
Yeah.
So like it was actually kind of refreshing, even though I did not expect that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you brought that up because Steven Spielberg, this was kind of like he had some interviews this week, and he mentioned that this is kind of like a passion project for him because of he did obviously E.T., right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of like what would it be like if like aliens like made contact with us and but in secret kind of like nobody else knew about it except for Elliot, right? And then he was also involved in oh gosh, what was it? One of his first movies? Was it was it First Encounter? No, not that one. Which he did another one back in the day with aliens too. And so this is kind of like his alien quote unquote trilogy. At least he was a producer on it or something. I don't remember off the top of my head, but yeah. So this is kind of a passion project, and it was like in stages. So like the first movie there was of our first contact with aliens, right? And then ET was like, okay, aliens are now starting to like kind of acclimate and kind of be around us. And then this one is like, do we tell the world about it now? Because everybody get to know about it. Which was, I think, for me, one of the highlights of this movie was the question that it asked. The question that it asked was, aliens are real. One organization knows the truth, but they're choosing not to tell it. Is it your responsibility to tell that truth, or is it supposed to be left alone and discovered naturally as far as encounters go? Like, whose responsibility is it to reveal that information? Obviously, the government said no.
Yeah. They're like, that's ours.
Yeah.
We say no.
Yeah. Well, what do you think about that?
I think it was interesting just from where, like, even like what's been going on semi recently in our country with talking about like the releasing of like, of files on aliens and things like that. Like, the question that I've been having is, like, as I'm watching the movie, was like, there they are telling the entire world like the truth, and they've got all this information, all the video to back it up, all of that, and then somewhere somebody's going to be like, yeah, that's not true. I don't believe what you're saying.
Which
it's like, is that where we are right now, like as a country?
Right.
Like, they just released a ton of footage. Like, I've looked through. I didn't like dive all the way through it, but I was like, okay, this is pretty cool looking. So I look through it, and then I'm sitting there thinking, like, I don't know, that doesn't look real.
Yeah, and I think it kind of made you doubt, and that's the point of it, though. Like, some people are not going to believe, and that's when they talked to shoot, I forgot her name. Was her name Jane? What was her name?
Yeah, the girlfriend.
Yes, the girlfriend. Yeah, she was lost faith in humanity.
Yeah.
Because she didn't want people to know about this because she thought they were going to take it a whole other direction. And so, like, is that the case? Like, are people going to doubt it and just rule it off, even though it's clear in front of their face, or are people going to accept it and be okay with it, or are they going to accept it and go crazy? And also, the first movie I was thinking of, I don't know why I was blanked on that, but Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg directed that one in 1977. And so
Ooh.
that movie, first one in this Alien saga, E.T.,
Didn't
second
you War
one.
of the Worlds?
Yeah, but I think I wouldn't. I feel like that one wouldn't be a part of the vision.
Yeah.
He specifically talked about these three movies being like his pseudo trilogy that he was uncovering because
Interesting.
just the way that the information was given as far as alien encounters. But yeah, so she lost faith in humanity, so therefore like she wasn't sure, and then at the end like it was kind of revealed to her like, yeah, we kind of gotta let people decide for themselves, that kind of thing. But yeah, I did think it was a very interesting question. What else? Something you didn't like about the movie? Obviously, a lot of people didn't like things about this movie.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
I'm sure there's one for us as well.
I think like some of the action was a little bit weird, like the car scenes and
Random
like,
car chases,
yeah, like those, like while in the car, I was like, this is cool looking. Like, don't get me wrong, but like driving into the house, like they're all shooting at him. He's like, hey, get in the car. They're missing. And then like that was just kind of weird. Or even when he went and stole the car, like there were so many people there and he's like ducking behind a see-through like fence.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah.
That was a little weird. And then I would probably say that, like you and I talked about, like the ending was fine.
Yeah.
It makes sense, and like what allowed me to get past the thought of like, well, that sucked, was like it was supposed to make you think.
Right.
It was like that was the whole point of it. So I'm like, okay, I at least see what they were doing there.
Yeah.
Like kudos to them. I wish as a viewer that I could get more. But
yeah, no, you're right. I do think that that one car chase scene in particular was a little bit off-putting. Yes, when he was hiding behind the thing, and then he gets in the car, but then drives into the house.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the heck, man? Like this, and especially at this time, like she's in the middle of being mind controlled.
Yeah.
This entire time, where you're like, Emily Blunt just called you and told you not to go back to the house, and you went back to the house. And then not only this, they're driving down the street. He does get his tire blown out eventually. Drives down a dirt road, and then like they quote unquote fake kill themselves, and they're hiding behind a rock, literally 6 feet away.
Yeah, I love how he's like poked up, and like I mean clearly you could see him. Like okay,
it kind of makes me question these agents' and training abilities because not only do all of them get out of their cars and run to the cliff's edge,
exact same spot,
every single one of them, the exact same spot. But as they're running there, they're the eyes of the main characters, like they were just peeking over the rock, just staring at them running right by. And I kid you not, you could have reached and touched them.
Yeah.
And then when they go to run away because they have an exit because they're all looking down at the river or the canyon or whatever, they literally stand straight up and then crunkle through the leaves on out of there. I'm like, yeah, that's craziness. That is just wild and buffoonery. But I mean, yeah, that was a minor point for me. I don't think it outweighed the amount of quality in the dialogue that we got in this movie. I thought the dialogue was incredible in this, and a large part of that was like Coleman Domingo.
He was great.
Every line he delivered was incredible. The scene where him and Colin Firth's character were sitting there on the couch in the house talking to each other, going back and forth. It was captivating. It truly was. Coleman Domingo was a scene stealer every single time. So I'm trying to think of something else I didn't like besides that car chase scene. I'm ready for this one. Wyatt Russell.
Okay.
Dude, what a D-bag.
You know, I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I'm like, okay, how would I feel if this was my girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I don't know. Like, I mean, she was going off the deep end pretty quick.
Yeah, but then she came back later and was like, you were planning on wanting me to move and you staying here the whole time. Like, she knew that because she can see into his mind.
Yeah.
Which, big red flag. Big, like, he was more infatuated with where his life was at than, like, caring about her. Is she okay mentally?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Yes, he did want her and to go see a doctor and all that kind of stuff. But I feel like he was just doing that because he felt like that was like what he needed to do, rather than like listening to her and actually hearing her out. And because she said several things that were the truth and convincing and something.
I loved that part of like what they were revealing about her, like at the beginning, like with the cop.
Oh
like,
yeah,
the way she delivered it, and then I loved like the callback to that at
the
the
cop
end.
was there at the
So,
studio.
like all of those were just really cool because she delivered them not weird, but like knowing.
Yeah,
And like it was general advice, but
Mhm.
but when she did that to him, like he had nothing to say.
Yeah. It's funny because she said it convincing and confident, and she told it to them, but then allowed them to make their own choice. Like she
Yeah.
gave them the information. Here's what you should do, but I'm not going to force you to do. Like
Yeah.
she didn't like say it that way. But for example, the producer or whatever, where she was like, call the cops. They're in danger. What you're thinking is correct, and do that. The director could have taken the information, did nothing with it.
Yeah.
But instead, she decided to call, and at the end, she was like, "You're right. My gut was telling me this, and I went ahead and did it, and now they're all safe. They're all out. Thank you."
Yeah. I did like the producer of like the news station, like the relationship that they had and how he was like, I don't know like why I'm
yeah.
helping you, but I'm helping you.
Yeah.
But then like the only people that had like an issue with the stuff she was saying was like the talent.
Yeah.
And the girl's like get down, like
Yeah.
move.
Out of the chair. Like seriously, move out of the chair. Which I'm glad you brought up the talent because at the end, to reveal the whole like breaking news, they got tapped into New York, and I should have looked up her name because I've never seen this actress before, but she was the New York anchor.
Mhm.
She was the one breaking the news. This may be one of the best performances with very little screen time that I've ever seen in my entire life. It was very, very good. She broke that news and conveyed all the emotions, all the right emotions. When we were first learning, we were intrigued. She was intrigued.
Yeah.
When we started seeing more things come out of like there's like pain and torture and that kind of stuff, she started to get a little skeptical, a little curious. When there was moments of doubt, she casted that doubt. But then the realization that everything was actually happening and it was exactly what it looked like. She was with us in the moment.
Yeah, she was processing.
Yeah, processing as we were at the same time. Absolutely incredible.
What if she wasn't an actor at all, and they like she is a news anchor, and she really thought this was real.
Plot twist.
No performance.
Yeah,
she's like, holy crap, this is going down.
That would be absolutely epic. Absolutely.
Yeah, what a performance that would be.
That would, yeah, exactly. Because, yeah, so she's only listed as NBC anchor, is what she's only listed as. But her name is Courtney Grace. So
shout out Courtney Grace.
Shout out Courtney.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can come be a guest star on the show anytime you want. She's only got 16 acting credits to her name, which I'm trying to see what the best thing she's been in that we would have seen. Not a lot. Oh, Christy. I mean,
don't know what that is.
That's the one where Sydney Sweeney plays the boxer. Christy Martin. She's in that one, but she's just listed as journalist.
Oh wow, she's got her niche.
Yeah. Hey, mate. Oh wait, she was in Stranger Things as in one episode as a nurse.
Okay.
Yeah. So shout out there, man. She did a great job, and I look forward to seeing her blow up after this because. You heard it here first on the Royal Geek Podcast. Courtney Grace is going to blow up. Yep. That is insane.
Massive chops.
Yeah. All right. I feel like we talked in length about this movie. I was a huge fan of it. The line was not a huge fan of it. They went under it. Shamato, I didn't get your opinion, but I need to reach out to you and see what you thought about it. And T-Roll, we know you're not going to watch it, and you're never going to watch it. And I hate you for being in 7th place. So, all right. Thank you so much for tuning into the Royal Geek Podcast, Trial by Tomato movie number 8. Come back next week as we review Toy Story 5 and see how that goes. for Trial by Tomato. We will give that its full review because we're millennials and we grew up on Toy Story.
Yep.
So suck it up and deal with it. All right. For Jordan Mosley and myself, Sandy, we appreciate you so much for listening to the Real Geek Podcast. And we will see you next time, you peasants.